Anybody can do that. You're not even in a straight line. All the lines on the floor. It's also a video, so you probably listen to that one. Okay. If you're gonna film,
let's talk about this.
If you're gonna film
an
audition, you can't send in the second take. You have to be giving it your
all the time, every take. Don't just do it in a day.
Be like, oh,
that's as good as it's gonna get.
Why you audition in a day? No. Do you know how long it took us? Years of practice.
When we auditioned, remember when we auditioned for the summer program? We did like 5-6 takes each.
5 to 6 takes to be yelled at for 2 weeks and cry. Do you know how much I cried those 2 weeks? And then they're like, oh, you want to cry more? Come here for 4 years.
Well, I'd have sex with him, wouldn't you? I'll be singing first instance.
It's all about peace.
Pause it. When we were in the summer program, I was rehearsing with Grant Manus, and I was like, I was singing like Younger Than Spring, like, younger than springtime, and he grabbed my wrist, and he's like, never snap in front of a pianist. And until this day, whenever I'm with a pianist, I'm like, younger than springtime, am I?
You not. When I was doing growing studio stuff, which can work, pay to play can work. It's fine. It's a whole other topic. But I saw a girl like snap at a pianist and
cringe.
And there was me and a girl that went to CCM in my like cycle.
Yeah.
And we were like,
never snap.
Like you never do,
because they can go like.
Because they can be like,
oh, you want to sing Some People? It's now going to be twice as fast.
Mm-hmm. They can fuck you up.
Yeah, don't fuck with your people.
Most of them are nice, but the mean ones are mean.
Don't fuck with your accompanist. Accompaniment?
The car accident that changed me.
Lollipops and pillow fights and Christine! What the hell are you doing? What kind of is this that you pull this in front of me like that, you little Sunrise and wide open spaces, Disney World, I'll go there twice. I've hardly met a single soul, but I am not alone.
You see these marks? This is where I tried to kill myself.
Hey, all I
Pause it. Memory lane. Emma Davis, this is for you, girl. Remember that time in junior year song? It was Emma was singing "Wonderful Guy" for Rodgers and Hammershark, and she decides to belt the end, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, that sounds different. That's not what I think it is. And she's like, I'm in love. I'm like, why are you belting it? She's like, oh, I was belting it. I'm like, that's why it sounded different. And not that it didn't sound bad. It just sounded different.
It's not written to be sung that way. I think some people get like.
They
wrapped up.
They see a
like,
D and they're like, oh, I gotta belt it. No, you don't gotta belt it.
Listen, I don't know anything about belting.
Well, we're not females.
Because I'm not a female. But what I will say is that people, especially like when they approach Rodgers and Hammershark.
Rodgers and Hammershark? When you can hear me, I'm gonna think wonderful guy like Rodgers and Hammershark.
People get like all mixed up and they also say like, well, I should belt it. Like it wasn't written to be belted. Like when it was written, like the style was that they did it a specific way. Like you're not like you have to pay homage to it. It's respect and homage. I think there will be a time when R&H repertoire will be kind of like Shakespeare, where you can place it in different time periods and different settings, and I think that'll be really cool. But if you're doing like the normal production, it should be the way that you hear it on a cast recording, because that's how everyone is expecting to hear it. You know, like I don't want to hear someone. I mean, I'm sure when Emma belted it, it was great.
Oh, it was great. It just sounded different.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. It was just great.
But if you're known for being like a pop belter and you sing "If I Loved You" and you're belting, get out. Or not like get out, but like.
Or do you do that like at like, you know, Don't Tell Mamas with like a ukulele?
Listen, save it for your Don't Tell Mama 1 Woman 11 p.m. show. Like there's a like you can do that. That's what John Simpkins said to me during my showcase audition.
Oh my god.
He's like, don't sing Johnny One Note. That's for your one man show. And then I did sing it at 54 Below, so fuck you. Where's that? Do you know where that is?
Is that in the black box?
That's
That's on the black box.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Turner. I'll be auditioning for the role of Jamie in the last 5 years. And I'll be singing You and Me, but mostly me, from the Book of Mormon.
Wait, pause it.
Kathy.
Okay. If you are playing a straight man, please sing a straight song.
and don't like. I'm gonna be doing this, Kathy. Like, take a second.
Take a moment.
Take a moment.
It's
for
not,
you.
It's not Straw Hats. It's not Straw Hats. You don't got 5 seconds.
I'm Chloe Lovato, and I'll be auditioning for Nancy from Oliver. And this is Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
Perfect.
Hi, I'll be auditioning for the role of Tevye, and I'll be singing Springtime for Hitler from The Producers.
I love you.
Hi, I'll be auditioning for the role of Angel, and I'll be singing Positive from Legally Blonde.
Hello, I'll be auditioning for the role of Liz/Beth from It/Then. And I'll be singing Best of Both Worlds by Hannah.
Slash that.
Boys. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, did you have anything else in your book, like maybe a pop song?
Oh, yeah, just 1 sec.
Don't snap at a pianist.
I'll be
Okay,
singing
that go back to the pianist when they're like, do you have anything else? And
You're like, sure, let me check. Internally, you're like, I think who in college? Kaylee had this. Her binder was like, she like rigged up some like.
Kaylee's a professional.
She's a fucking. She's a
She's a
Disney
professional.
princess. She's just. A princess.
She's-
She's just like.
She knows how to do it.
She's like twirls. Okay, got it. Pulls it out of her ass.
It's just, like,
And so she put out this book, and in the like, it was color coded, like sick, like rap, R&B. Like she had a rap song in there, and I'm like, you're taking this. I was already in grad school at the point, and I'm like, you're taking this way too seriously. You're taking this way too seriously.
Meanwhile, it's like, actually,
Meanwhile, I'm like, whatever.
it's like,
Showcase? What's that?
it's pretty much, it's just like, all your music is just shoved in onto the, like, instead of like making a 3-hole puncher thing.
Oh, it is
It's just, like,
shoved
shoved in.
in there. Shoved.
This is legit.
This is legit.
OBC means original Broadway cast.
The casting director at that moment goes, "Who's that? We want to sign her."
Who's that? That's how you get people to fucking notice you.
So before a show is open, the union comes in and looks at the show because there are different things that
With, like, all the unions?
yeah, like
Or just equity?
I'm not quite sure. I know Equity doesn't. I'm assuming business agents from Local 1 and from Local 8 are also coming, but don't quote me on that. But I know that, like, you know, your business agent for that show, Equity comes in and they look at what actors are pushing on what and taking off what. The contract states, and I don't know if it changed since I last read it, but if an actor needs to move on a piece of scenery that does not deal with the intention of the character development, they have to get paid. So moving that stuff, it's not character development.
Oh, the director's gonna be like, you need this table because this is where you go to school.
That's it. That's it.